Hi guys, welcome to the fifth day of Python. I am Yatin Bajaj and I'll be covering the topic of lists today. And basically, what are lists? Lists are the sequence or a collection of data items. It can contain numbers, floats, strings, and everything. And how you can create list is like there is a keyword in Python naming list. Like this, you can create a list, and you can also use the square brackets like this. It will create a list. Basically, you can initialize a empty list by this. If you want the characters of a string as a list, then what you can do is you can pass the string as a parameter in this list keyword, and it will give the list of the characters like this Python space warriors. If you want to initialize a list with more than one elements, then you can do it like this. Like here I've done, then it will look like this. And like in strings, we had the len function, we have it here also. It will give the total number of elements present in the list. Okay, now if you want to access the list items, it is very simple. You can do it by indexing. Like just you have to remember this, that this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so if you want to extract the second, third, and fourth element, what you can do is like in the square brackets only, you can put the index number here. Okay, it will give you the element. You can say that like we did string slicing in strings, you can do it here also. If you want to access more than one element, you can just give the index, and it's the starting index and the ending index with a colon. It will give you that. And you have to remember this here also, that it takes one less than the final index which is passed here. Okay, like here 1 and 2 will be there. So at index 1 2.3 was there, at index 2 Python was there. 3 is not printed here. Okay, so 2.3 and Python is printed here. Like we did in strings, it is same. Like if you put two colons and one -1 here, it will reverse the string, it will reverse the list here. And if you want to skip the items, here you can skip it like this. Every second element will be printed here. If I do here 3, then every third element will be printed. Okay, the same you can do it with the negative indexing as I told earlier. And now if you want to unpack the elements from a list, what you can do is like we did in strings, we can do it here also. Here we can do like if you put an asterisk sign here, then it will take all the remaining elements which are present in between second and last. Okay, so if I show you, it took first as 1.2, second as 2.3, and all the rest between the 3000 was last here. As you can see, it took all the remaining elements which were between last and second. If you want to modify the strings, it is very easy. You can just put the index and give a new value to it, and it will replace. Okay. Now if you want to add the elements to the list, what you can do is you can use this append keyword, list.append, and it will append it at the last. Okay, Python warriors came at the last. Okay. um, Now if you want to insert at a specific position, so like if you want to insert hello after the second, then what you can do is put the like index and the object. It will insert it for you. Okay. Now, if you want to remove a specific element from the list, you can just pass it as a parameter in remove keyword. It will do it. Okay. And if you want to delete the last element, it is similar as we do it in stacks, and the pop function, it will remove the last element. Python warriors is removed now. Okay. Now, this is very important concept which you need to know about the lists. Copying a list. So if copying like this, it is actually not copying. In other words, you can say that lst1 just points to the original list which was lst. Okay, let me show you the difference here. I just copied lst in a new list which is lst1. Okay, now if I pop like one element from lst1, let's see it is there any change in lst or not. Okay, so what you see here is both the lists are same, but actually I did only the pop operation on lst1, but the change is also reflecting in lst. So this you need to remember that if you copy like by reference, then the change will be reflected in the original list also. So what you can do here is you can use like dot copies a function in the list. lst2 is equal to lst dot copy. If I do the same operation like what I have done here, if lst2 is dot pop, lst2 dot pop, I do output is the lst is not changed, but the lst2 is changed. So this you need to keep in mind. If you want to make a copy of a list and do some variations in that, please use dot copy. And this is a function clear, which will clear all the elements from the list. And if you want to delete a list, you can use del. See, as it was deleted here, if I want to access lst2, it is not defined as it was deleted. Okay. So if you want to join two lists, what you can do is you can use this plus operator. It is very simple. Just use plus and it will be there. And if you want to access lst1, it will be here unchanged. Okay. So if you do not want to change, but also you need to join. So what you can do is you can use this function extend, and what it will do, it will take a parameter which you want to add and it will extend it. Like if I extend lst1 with lst2 and print lst1, so lst1 was changed here. Okay. Now let me move on to some of the list methods. First one is count here. Count just gives you the total number of times or the frequency of the element which is passed here. Okay, so lst1 was this. Python came here two times. Okay, so if I check here how many times Python came, it gives me two times. Okay. Next is index. If you want to get the index of any of the element which is here, like warriors is here, it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth position. So it gives me 6. Okay. Now if you want to reverse a list, then there is a function specifically for reversing it. So this you can do, you can use it. And if you want to sort, this is very helpful. List, if you have an unsorted list, you have to just do list dot sort and it does it for you. Now if you want to print your sorted list but you do not want to change the list, actually here the list is sorted but it also changes. Like if the list was unsorted and if you put the operation list dot sort, it is changed permanently to a sorted list. But if you want to print your sorted list but you want to keep the original list with you, then you use the sorted keyword. Sorted actually sorts the list and prints it. But if you check that lst, it actually remains unsorted here. Your original list is not changed. Okay, so you can use sorted there. Now the last topic is the nested lists. It is helpful if you want to make like a 2D array or something like that. It is very helpful in that. A nested list means list within a list. Okay, so it was a list, but in that as elements you have put lists in that. Okay, so this you can call it as a 2D list, and you can access the elements like this. I'm pretty sure you know this. And like if you the first element of the original list was 1 2 3 as it is printed, and the first element of the original list, that is 2 here. Okay, so if you want to print it, this is like this. If you want to extend it further and make a 3D list, okay, so I'll do it for you. lst is equal to um, okay, so now this will work as a 3D list. And if I want to print it, then what I'll do is, so if I run this and if I run this, you can imagine it as a like a book which has 3 pages, and this is the 2D lists in that. Okay, so I hope you have understood, and if you have any doubts, you can put it down in the comments. Somebody will surely help you. Thank you.